There definitely was a point in my last company where I almost lost my soul. I have always said I have been a believer, and there's a couple years where I did not necessarily act like I was, and I was following my own heart and my own desires to really serve myself and money truly as a God, and push myself that hard to say I did it, and not being intimate with God and asking him, is this really what you want for my life? And being a good steward of that. I truly was doing it to serve myself. I can be honest enough to say that.
What specifically did it look like, do you think, like for you, like in that time of losing your soul?
I was obsessed with work. It came before everything. I think it's part of the reason my marriage was failing. I didn't spend as much time as I should have with my kids. Everything revolved around work. And I used the excuse that I supported our family, but I took it to another level, right? Where literally everything was about the next sale and making another dollar. And I've never really shared that before, but I think people at work could also see it. I loved what we did, but I was so bent on proving myself, and I thought my worth was wrapped up in a number. And I thought, I need to hit this to prove that I can do this and that I am worthy.
Yeah.
Not because God gives me strength to do this and build this for his glory. Yeah. And taking it a step further, in that time, I was not using what he gave me for his glory.
Yeah.
You know, I was not in the way, not that I treated staff badly, but I could have went so above and beyond to really shine God's light. And I didn't do that. I could have given back more to our community. Like looking back, there are a lot of things that I could have done better. And so being willing to admit that out loud, I just want to know that like I can do better than that moving forward. I think that really drives me now, is to say I can do something again and do it for the right reasons and keep it in check with my family. So going back to your question about balancing it all, I don't believe that's reality. I think that's like it's a unicorn. It doesn't exist.
Same here.
I think there are seasons, right? And I think seasons don't have to be 4 in a year, can literally be week to week, and knowing, okay, this week I have a lot on my plate, and then next week I'm taking 3 days off to spend all this time with my kids. And quality over quantity is truly what is important.
So good.
I mean, and I have been guilty. I don't know an entrepreneur that hasn't been guilty at some capacity, but really just being present when you are there, like, and it's hard, man. It is hard to shut your brain off when you love what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you just have to be willing to like say, it will be there tomorrow. And right now, my kids need me. And as they get older, I think it's honestly even more important, right? When they're little, it's easy to just like tickle them and spend 10 minutes with them and kick them to bed. But when they get older, like there is deep conversations that happen, and the way we treat them and how we make time for conversations with them really is setting them up for how they're going to have relationships with and how they're going to treat people the rest of their lives. And so it's become so much more important to me to be really available and show by example to my kids that I have time for them no matter what I am pursuing. And it doesn't mean that I don't want to pursue those things. I really want to show my children that they can do it, right? Yeah. Like I want to show them that they can build something that's incredible, that allows them to give back, that allows them to support their family. Like I don't regret anything of like it has taught me, right? Every mistake I have made, every season I have went through has ultimately brought me closer to God, closer to my husband, and allowed me to get to this point. But I want them to know that they can do that in a way that also they can build a business in also a way that shines light for God and still allows them to be a good parent. Like those are the memories I want them to think about when they look back.